Lifecycle. Every component in React has a lifecycle that you can tap into. First, a component is initialized and mounted into the component tree. Next, its internal data might change, which will cause the component to update or re-render. And finally, the component might be destroyed or unmounted from the component tree. When using class-based components in React, there are a number of different methods to tap into the lifecycle, like component did mount, component did update, and component will unmount. This allows you to run code when the component is first initialized, updated, or destroyed. For example, you might listen to a real-time stream of data from a database when it's initialized, and then unsubscribe from that stream when it's destroyed. Now, functional components don't have access to these methods, and instead, everything is managed with a single hook called useEffect. When you run code in response to a lifecycle event, it's considered a side effect. The useEffect hook is a single API to manage the three different lifecycle events of mount, update, and unmount. It takes a function as its first argument, that's the code you want to run, then an array as the second argument that determines when that function should run. The array contains any data dependencies, like data you might describe in useState, and will run whenever that data changes. If the array is empty, it will run when the component is first initialized, which is the equivalent to component did mount. If you add a dependency to it, the function will then run whenever that data changes, which is the equivalent to component did update. Now, normally there is no return value to the function in useEffect. However, if you return another function, that function will run when the component is destroyed. That allows you to implement teardown logic when the component is unmounted. And that's how you run side effects based on the lifecycle of a React component.